DorkLair.
Welcome to another DorkLair action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the SH Figuarts IG-11. I am super pumped that Mandalorian is back. I just love that show so much, and we got a whole bunch of weeks ahead of us of brand new episodes, and taking a look at this IG-11 is fantastic. This thing makes the Black Series look like a Kenner figure or something. This is so good. I love this figure a lot. I'm not a huge fan of the bandolier here. There's not a lot of detail on that, but the figure overall has some nice weathering, decent articulation. It's very similar, in my opinion, to the feel you get from their battle droids, which are one of my favorite figures from them. So, they do droids like this really well. Fantastic release, super expensive. It was an exclusive, and then there's no real options for shipping imports in. So pretty much you're paying like $20 plus shipping to get this thing in hand. So that adds a lot to the figure, but I'm glad I got it because it's great. You're not really going to be able to find it for less than that. I mean, Big Bad Toy Store has it, but it's $135. So yeah, I'm glad I got it. It's an awesome figure, and it's a bit large. Like, it's a huge dude, but IG-11's big. I don't mind if it's even slightly oversized, but I'd much rather it be bigger than smaller like the Black Series. Here's a quick look at the packaging. I do like that you have the desert landscape in the back. You got the Tamashii exclusive. This is one of the few exclusives that actually has a window box, so I appreciate that. I don't like the artwork on their usual exclusives, so I do like this packaging quite a bit. Other than this fact that it's a larger box, it's pretty much the same as most of your SH Figuarts packaging. And just to get a sense of the size, here it is next to a Death Trooper. So you kind of get a sense it's slightly wider, slightly taller. I think this way it's about the same in width, but overall, decent packaging. For the sculpt, paint, and details, IG-11 looks fantastic. Certain parts look more metallic than others. Like, his head looks very metallic, but then you kind of get into some of the torso bits, and like this part here, I feel like that should look more metallic, but I'm not quite sure on that. It almost looks painted, like the armor or the machinery or whatever is painted. But here's a close-up of that head sculpt right here. For me, SH Figuarts always has very sharp sculpting. I don't love the bandolier. I feel like it should be more weathered or have some more texturing or something, but it fits on him pretty good. I think it looks okay, but I'll generally have him without it, I think. You can see all the fine detailed sculpt work in here. Tiny little features. Lots of little weathering paint applications going on. Just a super sharp sculpt and more weathering than SH Figuarts usually does. Look at that little sort of shin area. Great looking figure. I'm not like I've said in the past, I'm not an accuracy junkie, so I'm not one to go into the movie and get super crazy about trying to figure out if that metal piece right there, is that supposed to be silver or another color? I don't know, but that's stuff for other people. Lifting the bandolier up a little. I'll remove it after so you can see, but here's a look at the torso. He looks grimy. He looks like a Star Wars droid. Pretty good looking figure. And let's take a look at IG-11 next to a few other characters. First up, here he is next to the SH Figuarts Beskar Mando on the left and the Black Series Beskar Mando on the right. He's tall. He's tall. I don't know if that's quite accurate. It's really hard to tell when you look at the movie. Some scenes he looks this tall. Some scenes he looks a little bit shorter and a little closer in height. I'm assuming that's the way they shoot it so that they can have characters talking at each other at eye level, but he's a big dude, and I like it. I actually like that he's huge. There's plenty of figures that are undersized from SH Figuarts. He is supposed to be a beast. Like, he's a killing machine, so having him slightly oversized is quite fine for me. Here he is next to the Black Series IG-88. I don't have the IG-11 yet. And then the Black Series Rogue One Stormtrooper. And then here he is next to Cara Dune and the Armorer, both from Black Series. And I did order the Armorer from SH Figuarts, so I'm looking forward to that as well. But this figure rocks. This is a really good figure. I know that the exclusive one is probably sold out now, but The other figure, I would highly recommend grabbing it. This is a great release. I'll try to review this at some point, but we'll see. For accessories, he comes with a couple blasters. He's got the big long one, and then he's also got a Stormtrooper blaster. Neither of these seem to me to be painted, unfortunately. They're just a solid thing, and I'm a little tired of Figuarts not giving us painted weapons, because when they do it, it comes out really good. The plastic is nice and stiff, though. I do like that. And the sculpt is good. So pretty good looking weapons, aside from the fact that they're not painted. And then he does come with 2 regular hands, sort of regular gripping, like, you know, IG-11 hands. And then he's got the 2 hands for holding the guns that are on him right now. And then a real highlight of this piece is he doesn't come with the child. That's the child from the separate release, but he does come with the backpack for the child, and you can pop his head off and then like pop that right on his chest, as I have in the thumbnail for the video. And so taking a look at it, it's got nice texturing. There's not a lot of like paint weathering or anything like that, but it's a good looking pack. It's a solid hard plastic, but overall I like it, and he fits pretty well in there, I think. And then another accessory he has is a swap out chest piece, so that you can pull this cover off here and pop in the one with the thermal detonator right there. So that's a pretty cool look too. And then finally, the articulation. He's got a lot of points of articulation. There's one place, particularly the hips, that I don't love. But he's got this piece up top that spins around. And then on the head, he's also got the eyes piece that also spins around. And then this bottom piece spins separately, and the whole head can twist. The head can rock forward and back on that hinge there. So he can come back this far, forward that far. His shoulders swing out like this, and then they twist as well. They spin all the way around. At the elbow, he can bend up to about 90 degrees. And again, at the top of the shoulder, he can twist. And then at the wrist, he can twist here, and then it has a hinge as well. One weaker part is there's no sort of crunch or ratchet forward at the torso like the Black Series IG-88 has. But he can twist at the top there, and then he can twist at the bottom again. And then, of course, he has hip articulation. It's a ball joint, so you can twist it just a little bit there, and then you can kick forward. And this is probably the weakest point, because he can't kick that far forward. There's a piece here, a corner right there, that's getting caught on this ring around his leg, and it just won't go forward. I could probably force it, but I feel like I'll scratch and bend the plastic, and I don't want to do that. But he can kick back that far, forward that far. So that, I wish he went forward a little more there. There's also no twist at the knee or at the top there, so you can't really twist his legs very much, but the knee does bend back this far. And then down at the foot, a lot of motion in the foot. So first of all, it can twist, and then it can hinge back and forth, forward and back, and then there's a rocker as well. So great motion in the feet. The hips and the crunch are probably the weakest point. But he's a very stiff droid anyway. He's like very geometrical and squared off when he's like fighting and stuff. So I don't really know that I need a ton of articulation. He just needs to look as badass as he is in the show. And it does. This figure looks awesome. I'm very happy with it. It's expensive. There aren't a lot of other options though, because the Black Series one, in my opinion, is tiny and not that great. So yeah, I mean, this is in some ways your only option if you want a 6-inch scale IG-11. I do recommend it. I wouldn't go paying some ridiculous amount for it, but you know, if you can find it for close to retail, if you can find it for like close to 120-ish, because I actually paid $100 for mine. It was $80 plus $20 shipping, so it was $100. So if you can find one for like 120 shipped, I think you're doing pretty good with this figure. Even the Big Bad Toy Store one, like if you can grab that, I know it's $135, but even that's not terrible. So anyway, thanks for watching my video, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Follow me into the door.